Hello, SGDQ. As Happy mentioned, we do have the best of the best here. I'm so excited to show this off. I'm Forky. I'm going to be presenting this alongside Fudu. As he mentioned the players, we're going to introduce the teams once again really quick. On your left side here, you're going to have Team Lip, which is Packy, FFR Pro, and Wizard Person. And on your right, we're going to have Savage, Octagon, Poochie, and Flagglestan. There's so much to talk about this game, so let's not delay in this. I'm gonna ask one favor from the audience though. In tradition with the Dr. Mario community, instead of saying go, we're gonna say pills on our countdown. So it's gonna be from 3, here we go. 3, 2, 1, pills! Alrighty, well, right into Dr. Mario from the get-go. Fudu, explain how this game works for us.
Sure, in Dr. Mario, you want to clear all the viruses on the screen using pills. A virus can either be red, blue, or yellow. A pill is made up of 2 halves that can either be red, blue, or yellow. Players are going to stack their pills next to viruses so that at least 4 of the same color are touching. These players are starting on level 0 that has 4 viruses, and they're going up to level 10 that'll have 44 viruses on the screen.
Yeah, there's going to be some interesting pacing in this run in general. A lot of these stages are just going to be flying by at the beginning here. And there's actually some really cool tech that's been going. Please cheer for every stage if you want to, even if it is really quick too. All the excitement that we want is just great here. But even with these like smaller amount of viruses, when they're going quick, there's some interesting optimizations that they're going to be doing here. So one of the main things that will slow down a runner in Dr. Mario is the garbage that falls from clearing another pill. So you got to be a little bit careful, and these players are doing their best to put their pills in very specific places to make sure there's not a lot that is falling at a time there. Packy moving out of stage 2 already here. Sav is not too far behind here with annoying yellow horizontal at the beginning. She's probably going to build up to the side to clear it, just as she does right there. So good stuff from Savage Octagon as well.
I'm already going to ask permission to jump in because
yeah, Happy, take it away.
I'm going to have to talk nonstop if I want to get through all the love that y'all are getting. People love you and love these games. We've got $250 to start us off from Alta Biscuit. Alta Biscuit says, I can't say enough good things about the puzzle game community. Shout outs to Flag, Forky, and FFR on stage, and Cards of the Heart and I Like Being Smart, who are here in spirit. Y'all are awesome.
Aww. Thank you so much, Alta. If you want to fit in another quick one, go ahead.
Absolutely. $25 from JB Henry. 2 people I and the rest of the Dr. Mario community admire on the biggest stage. I'm proud of you both. And 3, 2, 1, pills.
Pills. Thank you so much, JB, one of the forerunners of the community. It's good to hear you, and I hope we hear some more later. Let's talk a little bit more about that community, actually. The DRMC is where 2 of these players continually participate in and where we've seen a lot of the speedrun practice. These 2 have a lot of history playing each other. As we mentioned, some of the best out there. I think they've played head-to-head online and speed tournament many, many times. But usually they'll see a bunch of different virus levels that will come up here. 0 to 10, we're seeing 11 stages in total. A normal category for full game runs for this is going all the way up to 20, or in this case, Dr. Mario 64, which this is like the reskin of, goes up to level 21 to hit the credits. But yeah, we're gonna be seeing a lot of cool stuff as we're going down here too. Packy heading into virus level 5, Sav into virus level 5 right now too. There's a lot of cool tech that's going to be shown off right up here. If you look on Packy's board at the top, we have a little short stack, which is all these pills lined up side by side here. There's a lot of cool terminology. I'll try to point it out when we see more stuff like that. Both of these runners are very accomplished in many, many things too. If you guys have recognized Packy before, that might be no surprise to you. Packy competed in the Nintendo World Championships in 2015. One of the qualifiers was Dr. Mario, and so that's kind of what got us sparked to be really, really good at this. And not only that, in the versus scene, in the PvP, he is a 3-time world champion, so he's very accomplished at this game. As I'm saying that, finishing in and going at level 6. And Sav, who also regularly competes in the PvP, she would consider herself mostly a speedrun main for this and has performed very well in the online championships for that as well. Not to mention, she had a really cool shuffler run in a Frame Fatales run, I think like 2 years ago, which showcased 3 different Dr. Mario games, which she played at the same time, and it switched between them like every 10 to 15 seconds.
Sav, you're never going to believe this, but I have a donation from Schnorks. $200 from Schnorks. Shout out to the individuals on the couch and all these talented puzzlers, especially my wonderful friend Sav. So hyped seeing you run the game you love at GDQ. I'm going for a world record of my own. 17 string cheeses during this run.
And go ahead and get us another one in there too.
Yeah, absolutely. We have $5 from my personal favorite Kyle, the Kyle Thomas. Sav, you're an amazing host coordinator, an amazing Dr. Mario player, and most importantly, an amazing friend. I love you, and I'm waving at us. Hashtag Team Chill.
Oh, thank you so much for that, Kyle. I believe he just recently finished his last role for that this past SGDQ too, and Sav is part of the GDQ team with that too, so much appreciated for all their work with this.
That last donation mentioned Team Chill. Forky, do you want to talk about the different music tracks that play here?
Oh yeah, so there is a pretty big discussion in the Dr. Mario community. Most of the runs that are done for this game regularly on the original NES version, which just has 2 tracks. It's Fever and Chill. And I think most of the time the core players in the community love Team Chill. So if you guys are watching along online, type in chat you like Fever or Chill more. But since we're playing this version, the real answer is Quay Quay, which Sav's playing with right now. So tell us what your favorite Dr. Mario music is out there. I think the music in all 3 of the games that we're hearing today is just going to be fantastic. Packy holding on to a short lead here at the beginning too. We should mention some random stuff you might be questioning about. We're playing on high speed. It's pretty straightforward that the pills just fall faster on this speed. Some players in the community have elected to play on medium speed too, because it's like marginally better and it can be safer for higher levels, but it's a no-brainer for these lower levels to be playing on a high speed. It makes some of like the timing a little tight too when you're trying to like tuck in pills from the bottom and stuff too. But these players are pretty accomplished in that regards, and they have so much practice on high level speed. We got one more pill on Sav's end here, and she will be moving on to virus level 8. You can go ahead and fit in another donation or 2 if you want to, Happy.
I can do that, but first I'm going to shout out that we have made some wild progress on this community clash incentive. When I sat down, it was at like a few percent. We are now at 39% with less than 25K remaining on that incentive. The puzzle gaming community comes out in numbers. Absolutely incredible work, folks. Time for me to still read a couple?
Yeah, go ahead.
Beautiful. Want to try and get the love for Dr. Mario? Well, it's still Dr. Mario on screen. We got $5 from Larva12 that says, Dr. Mario brought my fiance and I together, and now I get to see him race on the stage at GDQ. So proud of you, Pack.
And go ahead and you can do
I love
one
when
more.
people love each other. $10 from Leviticus and says, shout outs to Savage and Packy for representing the Dr. Mario community for a great cause. Let's go, Team Yoshi. Where my Team Yoshi fans at?
That is so funny because we were trying to give people a couple of shout outs when we're getting towards the end of the run, which we're getting to pretty close here. And those 2 players that both just donated are very prominent members of the community, and we're on the shout out list. So shouts to both Larva and Leviticus, 2 cornerstones of the DRMC community. And also one other quick shout out that Sav wanted to shout out, Mr. O, who's also in the audience back there. A lot of Dr. Mario love being shown here. We only have 2 more levels for this game, so it's going by quick. It's going to be a lot to keep up with, but we've seen some really, really good stuff right now. Low 8 minutes of these players is phenomenally fast, and Sav actually making up some ground here. So we should have a pretty close transition going into Yoshi's Cookie, which is going to be our second game. But yeah, funny enough, most of you probably have never played these versions of this game because the Nintendo Puzzle Collection came out as a Japanese-only game and it never got ported to the US or anything. And the reason for that, I guess a little bit, is a lot of these were original ports from the N64 versions that were never released in Japan, which is like kind of weird. They added a Pokemon Puzzle League, which that's what this Paneled Upon engine's based off of. I believe it's like one of the only Pokemon games that like never came out in Japan, which is kind of wild. But yeah, we got 2 viruses. It's down to 5 viruses, the gap between both of them. Packy's still going to be maintaining this lead, but we are on to the final level here. We have a whopping 44 viruses. You can see the dynamic, how different this is at the end. It can get a little bit more easy too, as you see like Packy slipping that pill underneath to make it horizontal. There's so many different ways you can approach it. And that's kind of just the beauty of this game, because there's like really no wrong answers.
Hey, I'm going to interrupt you real quick because we have a $10,000 donation from a Topomorphy that says, the following is a public service announcement. Do you love giving money to MSF to support all the work they do? Do you hate giving money to the IRS? Ask your investment advisor how a donor-advised fund can help you achieve both of these goals. Thank you so much. That is incredibly kind and generous. I believe that is the single largest donation I've ever read during a shift. That's amazing.
Yeah, that is so generous. Thank you so much for all the donations that have been coming in. It means a lot to all of us out here. And we're going to be hearing more of that soon here, but we are almost wrapped up with Dr. Mario right now. 10 viruses left for Packy. As soon as this ends, we're going to have the players going to be rotating. This is going to be a super quick transition. We don't want to hold you guys too long. We're going to hop in right into the next action. 6 viruses left for Packy, all in the corner here.
Mind if I try to sneak in the
last
Dr.
go ahead.
Mario
One more in here.
$5 from Cassasaur. Let's go, Puzzle Speedrun. Special shout out to Sav and Packy for being incredible players and welcoming me into the Dr. Mario Championship community with open arms. Did I get it in time? Oh, one virus, just barely.
Thank you so much, Cass. And that is the first game done for Packy. A pretty close one here. Keep an eye on Sav's board too. Just the double yellow pill in time too. Very close. Well done for our first leg of the race. Way better. I mean, I knew this was going to be good, but it's already like even better than I was expecting. But yeah, we are getting the rotations in here. We're making sure the headphones are going on. Everyone has the controller. Welcome to Yoshi's Cookie. FFR Pro is going to be representing Team Lip. We have Poochie.exe representing Team Yoshi. I'm so excited to go into this. This is, if you've never seen this game, it's like really weird at first, but we'll do our best to try to tell you how it goes. Fudu, tell us about the game mechanics for this.
In Yoshi's Cookie, the goal is to get 25 points before the timer runs out. That timer is represented by a burning wick, kind of on the right. You get a point by making a clear. The game's played on a 5x5 grid with 6 different randomized cookies. You want to line up your cookies so an entire rower column is made up of the same.
Yeah, and we're going to be seeing, it's going to be technically 7 stages, but for some reason, when you get to stage 6, there's like 2 enemies that represent it. So we're going to be seeing a good amount here. Both of our players, we're going to be kind of seeing different play styles, which is cool too. FFR, who's on your left side, he's known for like pretty much a lot of speed plays in the games that he does. So his main approach is don't waste a lot of time. Try to find these clears immediately and get them going. You can see the points counters in the middle there, and that's how close they're going to get to winning. Poochie, he's going to be going for these big combos. There's an all clear. It'll be mostly prevalent at the beginning of the stages, so we'll have to make sure and pay attention to that when it happens. But if you manage to clear all of the cookies at the same time on the screen, you'll get a 7-point bonus. So if you manage to get that up there, it's like extremely beneficial, but it's so hard to see it. There's like a lot of counting that goes in before the stage to make that happen. And we're gonna have FFR winning this first stage here. All these are gonna be best of ones too. So you just gotta beat the enemy and you're gonna be moving on to this next stage here. Poochie not too far behind right afterward too. FFR is going to be doing those like big setups too. As you can see, like 2 fell into place right there as well, and a third one. Sometimes I don't even see it too. I mean, there's a reason they're running the game and I'm not up there. But let's see if Poochie can do it. He told me personally he tries to keep a count in his head, and if he's able to get this, sometimes it won't work out, sometimes it will. It looks like he's got a good match here. Oh, I think, it had that odd numbered square block there. It's a little rough, but yeah, several different ways you can approach this. If you notice at the top, there's some text that pops up for both you and the computer, along with the circle and X. Fudu, explain a little bit how like the power-up system works in this game.
If you clear a row made up only of the Yoshi-shaped cookies, it's going to send the corresponding power-up to your opponent. They have different names like Panic. You can see the board is just totally random. You can't control your cursor for about 10 seconds. If that happens to you, that wastes a lot of time.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff in there, and in order to send those attacks, there are specifically Yoshi-shaped cookies that are on the screen. The second you clear those up, whatever the text is above you is what the effect will be. And if you notice the circle and the X, the circle means it's going to be a good thing. If the X is up there and you clear the Yoshi's cookie, it could be a bad thing on your board, and it could remove points from you potentially if you do it at the wrong time.
Good time for some of the Yoshi's Cookie love?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, we got $100 from Star Rod Kirby 86. Shout out to my #1 Puyo Puyo coach and rhythm game timing god, Poochie.exe. Devour that cookie competition. The gang at ongaku.io are always proud of your puzzle gaming prowess. We also have $500 from Metabot. This is Metabot from the Global Yoshi's Cookie League. It's absolutely wonderful to see my favorite game, Yoshi's Cookie, on the main stage. On behalf of the GYCL, thank you to all puzzle champions for supporting electronic sports.
Go ahead and fit one more quick one, though. I'm going to keep an eye on Poochie. He looks like he has a really good setup here. Let's see if it works out. There's so much clearing. I think that's it.
Perfect clear.
Essentially, if you get one of these, if you saw his bar just shot up to the half of it, essentially 2 perfect clears in the same match, you're pretty much moving on. So if he's able to do that again, he can leapfrog and just take the lead, just like that. We'll try to hype that up every time we see it, but it's so hard. I don't know how the players visualize it, because it's really a feat to get that consistently. But yeah, I can't speak enough of how good these guys are. I'm trying to like glaze them up as much as I can when we get there. Unfortunately, very nice kill. But oh my, we are synced right now.
Neck and neck.
So unfortunately, there's not really too big of a Yoshi's Cookie community that exists out there right now. So when we were trying to figure out the runners, we were like, okay, we know some people have played it before, but who are we going to decide? And it just happens these two pretty much just are the best. Another one incoming. I can't even, trying to call him the best, and he's proven why he is up here.
I think you mean there's not much of a Yoshi's Cookie community yet.
Yet, exactly.
This is so hype. I gotta imagine some people are gonna start playing.
But these two up here, literally every puzzle game, if we wanted to and we only had 2 people, these two can play all 3 of these games at a top level. So I can't speak enough. Both of them are GDQ veterans. And Poochie, he is feeling the stride right now. He's keeping it going right now. One more quick shout out to the performance in the past. A GDQ, I think it was SGDQ's 2018. We had like 8 puzzle games represented. If you guys don't know of the side tournaments that happen here, there's crazy stuff behind the scenes. I'm pretty sure combined, these guys won like 6 out of 8 of those tournaments that year. So you give them a game, and if they practice it enough, they're going to be one of the best.
That's incredible. Hey, as we're coming up on the halfway mark of this run, I've got an idea. We've got $6 from James Swan, fellow host James Swan. Let's go. Love that guy. James says, $1 for every runner in this puzzle collection. Can we get a $6 train to cheer them on? I think that's a very good idea. So how about right at that 20-minute mark, right at the halfway of the estimate, we get a $6 train going, and tell me your favorite puzzle game. Whether it's one of these or some other more popular, less popular, more obscure game. I just want to know every puzzle game I've never heard of, and I can play all of them when I get home.
Yeah, exactly. And also shout outs, because there are a lot of Nintendo puzzle IPs. we want to give a shout out to Warriors Woods, who didn't make the cut for this game, but is a great game all on its own. Maybe we'll have a Nintendo Puzzle Collection 2 down the road. But if you want to fit in maybe one more donation while we're getting close to already the end of this, I mean, these guys are flying by.
I can do that. We've got so much love. It's hard to pick one. Time for a little longer one?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, we've got $100 from I Like Being Smart.
Oh, shouts this. I Like Being Smart.
Hi all, Smart here. I'm excited to see some of my favorite people in the world on the stage playing the games we love for a great cause. You all have been there for me through good times and bad, and I'm grateful to have friends like you in my life for around 10 years now. Speaking of 10 years, I want to give a shout out to my nephew Alex, who is a huge Zelda, Pokemon, and GDQ fan. You should ask your dad to show you the Pokemon Blue run your aunt hosted back in the day. I love you and hope you're having a great summer. Good luck to everyone on the race.
Thanks for all the love, Nicole, as she's doing that. Look at this. That was one of the more complex ones, too, that he did there. This is going to give him a lot of points in the middle. When you're feeling your stride in this game, the momentum's just going to carry on here. And if you notice, we're coming up to the end of this run, too. We're on stage 6, and as I mentioned earlier, it's actually got like 2 enemies here. So we're going to be seeing Thwomp right now, and right afterward, Kamek's going to come up. But for some reason, it just stays on stage 6 still. I guess like Kamek just wanted to steal the spotlight or something. But yeah, we're seeing a lot of talent on display right now. Only one more clear here for Poochie. Oh, actually got hit by an item there. Gonna send him back just a little bit. That's just the beauty of the opponents here. You never know what kind of power-up's gonna be flung at you. But yeah, that will do it. Heading into the final stage now for Poochie here. And go ahead, you can fit in maybe like one more donation.
I was just gonna ask, how'd you know?
Lucky guess, right?
I've got $25 from Edo Bean. It says, I'm so happy that you were able to get this relay race in GDQ. I'm so proud of each and every one of you, and I wish I could have been here in person, but I'll cheer in the internet space with the chat. Remember, if anything goes wrong, blame Poochie.
Blame Poochie. And Poochie's playing right now, too. That fits so perfectly. Thank you, Edo, also a longtime member of the community. I'm sure a lot of you in chat recognize that name, and she was a longtime host. So I'm happy to hear all these familiar names. I want to give some quick shout-outs for these 2 specific runners at the end here before we transition. We heard a donation from for ongaku.io. And Poochie also wanted to shout out the TGM community, whereas FFR wanted to give a shout out to the Flash Revolution community and also the Puzzle Wednesday community. We can't thank you enough. There's so much love for puzzle games out there. And I'm so glad to hear all the excitement we've heard on comm so far. And we still have a whole nother game to come up after this. I'm so excited.
It's been said that puzzle games are fun. We do have some hot takes, though, in the donations. We got $50 from Chris Bidwell. That says, well played, Pickle and Sav. Pills over cookies and panels.
Shouts to Bidwell, who's one of the organizers for the DRMC. And we have this last clear here. That's going to do it for Poochie. We are moving on to the final game here. Nice overtake. Poochie was playing pretty well. You'll notice Bowser's here, but we're kind of just going to skip him over. We don't really care about him. We'll see him another time. But yeah, we are heading on to our final game here. We got FFR cleaning up at the last end here too. You might think this is a big gap, but don't think it's over by any means. If you guys are familiar with this next game that's upcoming, Panel to Pawn is the true chaos. We saved it for a reason for the end here. There's a lot of stuff that can go on. We will explain the mechanics in a little bit here, but we're going to take a look at the end of the board here for FFR. Halfway through here and just needs a couple more clears to move on. Sometimes the opponents can be a little bit troll. That's what you got to deal with some puzzle games. Go ahead and fit in one more donation if you want while we're waiting.
Your timing is impeccable. Every time I'm just about to press the button, you're like, it's all you.
We're synced up.
We're together. We could play Synchronica from yesterday.
Oh, perfect.
All right, we've got $25 from the Beefin 314. So excited for puzzle games to be on the main GDQ stage. Shoutouts to FFR Pro and Wizzy P for being 2 constant inspirations in my Tetris attack journey, as well as the King BB Forky, the GOAT, the cream of the crop, Gremlin Pit forever. Tetris Attack at SGDQ 2026.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much, Beefin.
I saw cream of the crop, and I was like, yeah, I know what we're doing here.
There's a funny meme from the community, but the irony is all these players are way better than me anyway, so these guys are the true goats of the scene. FFR, we made the joke, everyone here is kind of like panel to pawn players, but we had to like split them up across. But congrats to FFR for finishing that. We're going to be heading into panel to pawn now for Wizard Person. So, Fudu, one last time, tell us what we're going to see with the chaos of panel to pawn.
In panel to pawn, the goal is to fill up your opponent's board to the top with garbage. Each player controls a cursor that can swap the position of 2 panels, and if at least 3 of the same color are touching, it's going to make a clear. The panels up above that are going to fall down, and if it makes another clear, the game's going to keep track of that and send more garbage the more and more clears that happen.
This is, for sure, for me and Fudu, this is one of the games we're most familiar with. I've speedrun versions of this game entirely. It's also one of the weirdest ones if you're not familiar with it. Like with Tetris, with Dr. Mario that we saw, Puyo, you notice a popular mechanic is the pieces falling down from the top. And this one, you could raise the stack from the bottom to get more pieces. And the way to win, you got to top off your opponent, but you might notice they don't die immediately. And that's because there's some mechanic that's not visible on the screen that's called stop time. And once that timer goes down, that's how you get the win. In order for it to go down, the opponent's got to not make clears and not clear the garbage, which happens when you're touching, or make it clear that's touching the top. So they're going for these specific, really quick barrages of combos and chains to pretty much top off the opponent as quick as possible. And if you get a pretty good setup there, like Wizard Person did, that's the best case scenario. And I think Flag's going to follow right after. This is by far the quickest one here. It is very common to see 10-second stages, so the action's going to be really fast. We have 15 stages for this, and even though it's the most we've seen, I think it's going to be the quickest game that we see on stage here.
As the levels go on, the computer player is going to get smarter and faster, and it can clear the garbage a lot, which wastes a lot of time. Kind of like what just happened.
Yeah, and depending on how some of those trolls can be, that's where a lot of these momentum swings can happen. It's still like a 2-stage lead, but I wouldn't be surprised. One stage kind of just gets out of hand. That's like out of your control, and we can see that come back here. Both of these players have been putting in good practice. Longtime members of the community, I think both of them prefer Pokemon Puzzle League, which is where a lot of us got our starts, but shout outs to Tetris Attack too. The game series has gone under so many different names, and it's annoying when trying to describe it to someone, but chances are you maybe have seen a game like this out there.
Y'all mind if I
yeah, I was
jump in?
going to say,
This
$6
$6
going
train
quick. Read some donations
is
for us.
leaving the station quickly. We've got $6 from HBAR that says, choo choo, Tetris is fun. $6 from Kazooie. My favorite puzzler is Kirby Star Stacker, which is available on Nintendo Switch Online right now. I also have the sequel on the Super Nintendo, which is also available on Nintendo Switch Online right now. We've also got $6 from JD Puppy, hopping on the $6 donation train. My favorite puzzle game was Tetris Attack. Loved sending giant garbage blocks to my younger brother and dad. Yoshi! You know, that wasn't fair. Yoshi! Putting this toward getting parkour to catch up. First of all, JD, you're wrong. Menu games are better. Shout out to all the puzzle gamers who have been donating toward menus in that bid war. Menus is way ahead now, as it should be.
Yeah, once again, thanks for all the donations. It's like, I feel like there's a lot of people who have grown up with these games but don't realize there's communities out there. I just want to say, like, if you've been playing them and you want to play with other people who have grown up with these games and continue to play them, like the runners that we see here, there's so many of them. Specifically 2 for these. Shoutouts to the League of Puzzle Speedrunners and the Panel Attack communities. They are going very strong, and you can find players daily. If you want to play PvP for this game, if you want to play speedruns, there's so much you can do. But I mean, I feel like I blinked. We're already getting towards the end here. We have Wizard Person catching up just a little bit here. 14 seconds. We're seeing a little bit of the trolls coming on flags too. So all of a sudden we're within 1 second as the clears keep happening on flag. This game loves to tear out your heart when you're getting on these good pace runs. So it's getting pretty close now.
All right, folks, this may be your last chance to jump on that train. We've got $24 from Anonymous, 4 tickets to the donation train. Tetris Attack is my all-time favorite puzzle game. My roommates and I used to nearly grind our Super Nintendo to a halt with the huge combo plays. And please, if you're jumping on that train, remember to put those donations toward that Community Clash speedrunning game show bonus round. Let's see if we can get this train up to speed and get to the 50% mark of that incentive by the end of this run. It's going to be tough as fast as these runners are, but I believe in you, chat. Let's make that happen.
Yeah, there's some moments that can troll here at the end, but with perfect play and good luck too. I mean, these last ones will fly by. It should be noted specifically for panel to pawn, you are not allowed to lose on this mode or else you won't unlock the last stage. So that's something they have to keep in mind too, is get these quick kills. As Wizard Person with a really good send here at the beginning. Hopefully a clear doesn't happen on flag side. There's a 15-second. Okay, the chain he ruined on flag side here. Is he gonna dodge the clear? He's buying so much time. Oh, is the kill gonna happen? Nice. There it is.
Yeah, flag still with the patent pending 2-stage lead, but Tayman is catching up pretty quick.
Yeah, we're coming up once again to the very end here. Let's fit in those last couple donations before we get to this hype ending here, Happy.
We can absolutely do that. I'm gonna jump back into some of the love for y'all and for this run, like $25 from Gregels. It says, Dr. Mario is a game very near and dear to my heart. It's the one game that my mother will play with me, so we make sure to squeeze in some Dr. Mario time whenever we're together. So excited to see this run live. Congratulations to Sav for that masterful pill placement. Put this donation toward the Creator Clash, because who doesn't love more GDQ? True. The more the merrier, really.
All right, let's get one more in.
$10 from Tetris Attacker. Hey, Wizard Person. The mini TAs want to remind you to stay in veggies and eat your school. Shoutouts to FFR, Wizard, and all the puzzle runners from TA, Unicorn, and the mini TAs.
Yo, shoutouts to Tetris Attacker, another staple of the community. Once again,
I've been wrong before, but do they like Tetris Attack?
Be a good guess, but you are right there. So much love here. We are to the final stage for Flagelston. Time will be coming up the second he ends up getting the kill here, so we'll have to keep an eye out. I must stress, it's still not over at this point too. We've seen some pretty crazy trolls at the end of the game, but Flag with a pretty safe setup here at the beginning. Is this gonna be the kill? Some clears coming in from the witches here. Meanwhile, Wizard Person does get a clear. All right, that's where the start is here. One clear. They're going to continue to sort and try to waste some time here on Flag's side. The clears keep happening. I don't know. It could happen. Oh, no. All right, no clear immediately found here. You got to keep an eye on both of them. The down stack, another clear coming in. Oh, but Wizard Person a little bit low on the send. That might be it. That's time for Flag. Team Lip will end up winning this race. Meanwhile, Wizard Person, valiant effort to try to come back here at the end. I think he did a good job making up for lost time. Let's see if he can end on a really high note here. A nice little 4-chain with a 4 combo sent. Oh, it just dropped at the top. Almost got a 9-second kill there. Sometimes that opponent's not going to cooperate, but really good follow-ups here at the end. Keep an eye out for Wizard Person. His time might be soon, but the clears keep coming in. It's just the panel to pawn right. Sometimes you're like, well, sometimes we want this to end, but like the CPU's pulling out stuff like this. Sometimes it's nothing you could do. And another clear. These big clears can make it a little bit annoying too, because if you have the separated garbage combos, it gives a lot of panels to your opponent that just keep doing chains and combos afterward.
I'm so sorry, but I think you mean opponent.
That's true. And there it is, time.
Nice.
What a great showcase, everybody. Good job. Wave to the crowd. We are so fortunate to be able to bring you this showcase. We don't get to it's tough to like get a lot of love for these games out here because they're kind of forgotten in time. Nintendo doesn't want to remake these games for us, so let your voice be heard. We want to see more games for this. We've already shouted out a lot of the communities here, but yeah, once again, thanks for GDQ for having us. Please continue to donate to Doctors Without Borders. And if you're here live in person, stick around. Spike Vegeta's up next. He's the best in the business. You got to keep supporting. So thanks for watching, everyone.
Thanks.